everyone, I'm your host Jordan Banderas, and this is the Bad Influence Podcast. But before we get started, don't forget to smash the subscribe or follow button so you don't miss out on any episodes. And let's get started. So, on today's episode, I want to share an answer that I gave to one of my clients. And that's right, you heard that right. I have clients. I have been able to coach a few people. They like my point of view. They like my advice. And after all, I'm a bad influence. So I have been able to coach them. So anyway, one of my clients actually asked me this particular question that made me think, I'm like, I think people need to actually hear that on the podcast, because it's in regards to opinions and how sometimes we believe that our opinions are facts, especially about us, but that's not the truth. So my client asked me the question, Jordan, how come you don't care about other people's opinions about you? And I'm like, ooh, that's easy. That's an easy question, because when I used to care about other people's opinions, I let those opinions stop me from doing things that I would have benefited from. And in this case, I want to share a story that I always use in my head when people start giving me their opinion about me, especially when they don't know me. So, I don't know if you remember, but probably I will say like 10, 12 years ago, maybe even longer, this thing called Bitcoin came out, right? So Bitcoin came out, and what happened is that everybody started talking about it. Everybody was talking about it, especially when it started gaining more value, like the price kept increasing. So around the time where the value of Bitcoin was around less than a penny, I started looking into it more. I read more about it. I was like really interested because I love technology, and I was like, this sounds very good. Like there was something about it that caught my attention. So I read about it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy some. I had like $2,000, let's say. I think it was like $2,000. I had the cash. I was like, I'm going to buy $2,000 worth. I don't know how much it would have been, but probably by now, I will be a millionaire or even a billionaire if I have bought them. But the reason why I didn't buy them back then is because probably you have somebody like this in your family or friend, somebody in your circle that for some reason we value their opinion, like I don't know, like we put them in a pedestal and we always go to them for their opinion about us or what we should do about our lives or in our lives. You know? So in this case, I had somebody like that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask this person to see what he thinks about Bitcoin. And maybe I will get the proper guidance that I needed at that time, right? So I go to talk to this person. I'm like, hey, what do you think about Bitcoin? Like, I want to hear this from you because, he was in a pedestal, like I put that person in a pedestal, was like, oh, I want to hear your opinion. So he gave me his opinion. He was all like, it sucks. It's a scam. If you put that much money into it, you're going to lose it. You're not going to see any rewards or any profit from it. So I was like, because I really wanted to do it. I really wanted to buy the coins and everything. But because this person thought that it was an actual scam or anything or something like that, I was like, you know what? This person is right. I value the opinion of this person or whatever. And he kept like digging into me like, nope, don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. So I was like, fine, I'm not going to buy it. And I didn't buy the coins. Then what happened a few years later? It kept going up and up and up and up and up. And then it got so high that I was like, shit, I missed out. Like those feelings where you're like, gosh, I should have done it. I'm like, damn, why did I listen to that person? That's what happened to me. I let the opinion of this person stop me from buying Bitcoin. And for my entire life, I always thought this person was like, I don't know, something special. Like I said, I put him in a pedestal. Anything he would say about me, for me, it was the truth. Like if he said like, oh, if you don't go to school, you will never be anything in life. And that's why I thought my whole life. If you eat too much, you're going to get fat. So I had eating issues because of that. Like all these opinions that this person kept throwing at me for some reason, I believed them as truth. Well, when this happened with Bitcoin, I was mad. I was like, what? I'm like, I missed out on a lot of money. It's like one of those situations where let's say somebody gives you the winning numbers for the lotto and you're like, and you go for something completely different. It's like, it's almost like that. So anyway, I was mad. I was like angry. I was like, fuck. I'm like, you know what? After that point, I was like, I'm never going to listen to anybody's opinion that doesn't know shit about what I'm talking about, because I did the research. I knew that I was right. And for some reason, I second guessed myself and I listened to somebody else's opinion and I messed out a lot. So after that moment, I was like, well, what exactly is the definition of opinion? Because I thought that an opinion was based on truth, based on facts. Well, back then, after I realized that I had made the biggest mistake of my life, I was like, I'm going to look for the definition of the actual word. And when I did that, it actually surprised me what the definition of the word opinion is, because, get ready for this, the actual definition is a view or judgment formed about something, not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. And just in case that I caught you off guard, let me read it back to you, because every time I read it or I mention it, it surprises me how many people got this definition wrong. They think it's something completely different. So the definition of opinion again is a view or judgment formed about something, not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. So pretty much, the definition of the word opinion is literally bullshit, because somebody's giving you their opinion, but they don't know the facts, or they have no fucking knowledge about what you're talking about. So they come out with the answer or their opinion out of their ass. That's how I feel about it, especially after missing out on Bitcoin, which is totally understandable, because like I said, I could have been a billionaire by now. But whatever. So after I did the research and I found what's the real definition of the actual word, I asked myself this question, and I'm going to ask that to you. The question is, what would you do if someone has an opinion about you that you don't like? Now, I did this right after I learned the definition. So I was like, if I actually understand the meaning of the word now, why the fuck would I care about what they say about me? Because they don't know me at all. Whoever's talking shit. They don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing. And they don't know how long it has taken me to be this way, or they don't know my history pretty much. So if you're going to answer this question, I hope that you take it from that angle where it's like, well, now you know the definition of opinion, that is pretty much somebody talking bullshit, and it could be about you or an event. So if somebody has an opinion about you that you don't like, you should take it as that bullshit, because they have no facts about you, most likely, and they have no knowledge about your situation, what you're doing, and everything that has transpired in your life to get you to the point where you are right now. That's what I did, and that's why I don't care about what others say about me, because that's their opinion. They don't fucking know me. Like, why would I care about that? And here's the other thing about this. Opinions change a lot. I have changed my opinion so many times throughout my life. And ever since I got married, it happens more often because my wife shows me the facts. When I'm talking bullshit, she shows me the facts. She shows me the actual truth or whatever, because she actually looks for the facts. She researches, so she has the knowledge to call me out on my bullshit. So that's why I'm like, don't take an opinion too hard, because if you do something, and I'll give you this example. Let's say you are about to start a business. You talk to your friends, your family, anyone. You're like, you know what? I'm going to start a business and it's going to go great. I have this idea, blah, 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 blah. And they start telling you, based on their opinion, that that's a bad idea because you're lazy, you're this, whatever. And that is totally fine, because their opinion doesn't matter at that point, because they don't know why you want to start that business. They don't know what it has taken you to reach that idea and to say, you know what, I'm going to jump all in. They don't know the amount of time you're going to be willing to put into that dream of yours. See, like, they don't know so many things. They don't even know that you might have done the research and figure out that you can actually make it work. And then when you make the business successful, which I have seen a lot of cases like this, then those same people that call you dumb, lazy, whatever, that were giving you their opinion not to go into business or do whatever you want, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you did it. Can I get a job? I've seen that happen. So it's like, just fucking do it. Don't care about that their opinion. And if somebody gives you an opinion about a person, like, or an event, I recommend to do your own research, because when you do that, you won't believe their bullshit. You won't start seeing things from their point of view. You're gonna start seeing things from your own point of view. You're gonna start questioning that opinion and be like, is this even true? Is this even true? Or did that really happen? You know, you have to start doing your research. And if somebody's talking shit about you, and sometimes they tell you on your face, do the research internally. Ask yourself the questions. Do this person know me? Do this person care about me? Do this person know something that I don't about me? You know, ask yourself those type of questions, proving questions, so you can call out their bullshit internally. You don't have to say anything to them, but you can just be like, does he even care about me? Does he know me? Like, does he live with me or she live with me 24/7 to say that about me? Most likely not. So that's how you do your research internally, because I know that this works for me, so that's why I wanted to share that, and I share it with my with my answer to my client. And another thing that, in my opinion, happens a lot is that don't get mad if you're giving your opinion and somebody else comes up with the facts or shows you the truth and say like, no, this is what's happening here. These are the receipts. I kept them. Look at the truth. Because if somebody calls you out like that, literally, if somebody calls you out on your bullshit, just remember, Somebody's going to know more about the person, more about the event, and they're going to have the facts and the knowledge. So there's no point and no reason to get offended when somebody calls you out for something like that. But again, that's just my opinion. That's what I think we should do. That's something that I have been doing because I like to be called out, actually. I like it when people call me out on things, because then that means that I'm learning something new, something that I didn't know before. And when you start learning other things, about people or anything like that, you can create a connection. So that's what has worked for me. And that's what I wanted to share on today's episode, because I see it on social media. Somebody posts an opinion about a person, the other person literally takes it too hard. And that's why when my client asked me this particular question, I was excited to answer it. Because I was like, ooh, man, I know what I did in this situation that worked for me, so maybe that can work for others as well. But like I said, that's what I wanted to share, and please leave your thoughts about this topic in the comments. I want to hear from you, because I actually like to hear from you. I like to read your comments. I like to read your messages. I love it. I like to have conversations with you guys. And again, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And you can send me a DM on social media or email me at bjordan, thebadinfluence@gmail.com. And if you want to ask me questions, just like the one that I answer, so I can answer them on an episode, you can also send them to me. That's not gonna be a problem. And I'll leave you with this. My final thoughts. Everyone has an opinion. No, wait, that's not the one. No, sorry, I got confused. No, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and sometimes those stink. And also, have a great day.